I'm just going to take a few moments to show how to build a data set of interest for your research on a patient data release branch. So there are often times where in the observational research that we're doing, we want to build our final data sets on a particular release branch of the OMOP patient data. Here I'm going to show the use of Data Lineage app to achieve this task. So it's very simple, it just takes a few minutes. You go to a folder containing all the intermediate and final data sets that you want to build on the release branch. So if you want your final data set to be on the release branch, that means that every single intermediate data set also needs to be built on that release branch as well, using that release branch data. So here I'm using an example of the pregnancy episodes definition data set. We want to build this on release 129. I'm looking here at all the folders containing all the actual data sets of interest that lead up to this final pregnancy episodes data set. So these are the four main steps. We first derive the initial pregnant cohort, have the two different algorithms to infer episodes, and then we apply our estimate start date algorithm. And so every single intermediate and final data set is here. The very final data set is called this, and it's here as well. So what we do is we go to the highest level folder that contains all these data sets, which is just called datasets here. Right click and go to Explore Data Lineage. When we're in Data Lineage, what we'll first do is we'll expose the upstream parent data sets, which include the OMOP patient data set, so the person table, the observation table, etc. And what we'll do is because we've exposed those, we can then find a list of release versions. We click on the release version we want to build our final data set on, and then we highlight all these downstream data sets that we actually want to build, and then click build. So this build hammer icon, and then we say selected datasets only, next. Which nodes are selected? It says 28. And then you say create branch if it does not exist. So you can look through, all these are going to be built. So there's 28 datasets in total that lead up to this final pregnancy episodes dataset. And then what you do is you say run build. So this is now submitting the build request. These data sets are going to start building, and you can view that by going to this drop down and saying build status. So as you can see in blue, this data set is running. These are all queued. These are all going to run sequentially in order. For example, this one is going to run when these two have completed. Also, you can verify the release version of the patient data sets by hovering over the input data set. So it says version 129. So that's pretty much it. You can close this window. This workflow to obtain the final data set will still be running. And then you can just check back at any point by opening this again in Data Lineage and viewing if all the data sets are blue. If they've all succeeded, they'll all turn green after running. And so if all of these are green, you'll know that the entire build has been successful.